All right, this is part 3 about how my parents made and then lost millions of dollars. If you haven't watched the other ones, make sure you do. So where we left off, my parents had sold their business for millions of dollars, like 5-6 million in that time cash, which is now about 10 to 12 billion with inflation, right? So they sold it for a bunch, but they have money avoidance, that lovely money script, yay financial therapy, which means that they are going to spend that money as soon as they get it or put it into different buckets. So it's just like not all right there. Because for people that have that, whenever they have a large sum of money and they're just kind of sitting on it, it's like gives you a lot of anxiety, it freaks you out, right? So my dad starts making a number of investments. They were not good investments. That's why I said before in part 2, you need to know what you know and what you don't know. So he made a number of investments. And one thing people always told you is buy land, buy real estate. It's something that's always going to appreciate. Sure, unless it's, right before the Great Recession and the housing market bubble. Yeah, that was a bad time. He bought at the height of the market and then had to ride out all this stuff with these properties. It was the property tax alone was just, ugh, it was terrible. It was terrible. So that's one bad investment. But the one that really, really was terrible for my parents, among among the many, but that one particularly is whenever he got duped by a con man. So this happened. There was a guy that came into the small town that we lived in that we're from. And my dad really cared about investing in the community. He was very community oriented and wanting to build up the community, right? So this guy comes in and he buys this big fancy house. It looks like a castle. He buys up some businesses or whatever, and he's making a show of all this money that he has, right? And my dad's like, oh, great. He's investing in the community. I want to be part of that, right? So he's buying up these different properties too. He's giving this dude money whenever he was short on liquid cash, basically cash flow. So that was happening time over time over time. So over a few years, it accumulated to the point that that guy, that con man, was in debt to my dad for $1.2 million. Yeah, that one was bad. And of course, like con men do, they're very, savvy, and they don't keep anything in their own name. They put in their children, their spouse, other people's names, all of that, so that whenever you go after them for that money, you take them to court, they declare bankruptcy and they don't have to pay anybody. All right, and I promise part 4 will be the last. But let's tie all this together with a bow about this story and this really weird, wild roller coaster ride.